Okay, welcome everyone. First off, I just want to say thank you for your time and thank you for your support for anyone who is consuming this content. And I just really thank all of you for all of your support in any which way, shape, or form that you show it. That's super cool of all of you. And I really can't say how much I appreciate it. Also, for anyone who hasn't seen any of the previous installments, what we're doing here is a no sphere grid challenge. I like challenges, and this is one that I'm doing. I had attempted this like a year ago, and I only got so far, and then I kind of had to start all over. Well, I couldn't. I messed up. You know, I was going into it with no knowledge of this kind of challenge, and I made a critical error, and so then I couldn't advance. Anyway, so this is my second shot at this. I'm not using any kind of guide. Once again, I'm not using any kind of no sphere grid guide or anything. I'm just using my knowledge of the game, and we've gotten to the Calmlands, so that's pretty good, I think. I wasn't sure what I was gonna do here. I know I got some stuff on a list of things to steal. And things to take care of here in the Calmlands. There's a lot to do here. I'm going out of my way to not get any kind of celestial weapons, to not use the monster arena. Basically, we're just going to go beat Jekt. And we're going to go beat Jekt without using the sphere grid. But I didn't want to make it, too easy, I mean, obviously, it's not easy to do this without the sphere grid, but there are things you can do once you get far enough in the game to make things a lot easier. And at that point, it'd be kind of, I don't know. So I don't want to do the celestial and stuff. I'm going to try to avoid the monster arena. If we get to a spot where we just simply can't advance any further, maybe I'll look into doing some of that. One thing I think I am going to do, well, I had plans on getting Yojimbo, I had plans on getting the sisters, and I was thinking maybe Anima. I don't really like Anima. I'm like anti-Anima. I don't like him. Or her, I guess. It's just really morbid and twisted. It's like, I don't know. It's weird that it would be that way too, in the sense that, Anima really is his mother who willfully sacrificed herself, right? So you wouldn't think it would be this weird, sick, twisted thing, but maybe it is a what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe it's a symbol of Seymour's emotion as a youth, having to, endure that loss and tragedy and pain and sadness, and so maybe the Aeon is just a mirror of what he was feeling inside. Maybe, I don't know. They never really go into detail about it, at least not that I'm aware of. But anyway, I don't really care for Anima. I just don't like it. It's just, I don't like it. So maybe not on Anima. And then, I figured, so we're short on teleport spheres. My playthrough with Waka as the main, I think it was that one. Actually, it was, I think, the one with Lulu as the main. Went into the Omega Ruins for a couple reasons, but The one and only time that I attempted to do the minigame down there where you collect the chests, I had my best run I've ever had. And I've had late game runs where I've spent literally hours upon hours upon hours down there trying to get all those chests. And the one time I go down there, I got 11 out of 12, which was like, what? Now, that granted me an extra 2 teleport spheres, which I had no real use for in that particular playthrough. So there's a gigantic sense of irony there, but I used one of them for, okay, in this playthrough, I used one of them for Waka's weapon. I was thinking in my mind, because I don't usually use this stuff, I don't need it. You know, I have other things that I do in this game typically. But I was thinking evade was like a, you know, a chance to evade, and then he would counter. And that's probably true, but so far he's like batting 1,000. Every single time he's been attacked, he's dodged. So it seems as though the success rate is fairly high. So with that in mind, I think I'm gonna... There's really one way that I can realistically get another teleport sphere. I mean, there's a handful of ways to get one, but they're all extremely... So if I go down to the Omega Ruins, right, I can try to get 11 out of 12 chests. I'm willing to give that one turn, but I'm not going to go down there and grind that shit. That's not happening. And I can try and farm Master Tonberry down there. Again, I don't have any interest in doing that, you know. Like, he's a rare role down in the first, like, I don't know what you want to call it there, but the entry point, when you first enter the ruins down there, you can encounter him. I've encountered him as the first the first monster I fought down there has been that encounter. But that's an uncommon situation, you know. He's one of the more rare encounters in that section of the dungeon. So, you know, I mean, I could spend an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours just trying to get one encounter with him, because it's all RNG dependent, and that just isn't something I have a whole lot of interest in doing. And then, so that's 2 ways I can get a teleport sphere. There is the monster arena, which I already said I'm going to try to avoid. And then there is... What else is there? Well, the one way that's realistic is the butterfly game. There's the butterfly game there in Macalania. If we go back there after we get the airship, we can go and... You know, if we complete that, we can get a teleport sphere. So that's probably what I'll do. So I'll be able to give that to 3 different characters. But now, okay, so it's a thing that I put on a weapon, right? So if I give it to Riku, the reason would be so that I can increase my odds of stealing, you know, so she can stay on the field and not die all the time, because that's what she does, right? She just gets hit and she's dead. You know, it doesn't help us against magic, but if I wanted to, I could farm that black flan or dark flan, whatever it's called, up in the cave up there at the top of Mount Gagazet, and I could farm that piece of gunk and steal his stuff and put a auto reflect on her armor. So that would, in effect, make her, you know, pretty resistant to just about everything, you know, because physical attack, she'd have evade and counter, and magic, she'd just reflect. Now, with the hit points that we have, all bed potions are fantastic. You know, she can just heal the party constantly. But healing isn't that big of a deal because if we get hit, we're dead. That's pretty much the deal going forward. There's a couple monsters that don't hit that hard, and there's a couple places where we don't have to be that concerned. But going forward, that's pretty much the deal. We either survive or we die. You know, like either we dodge the attack or find a way to not be attacked, or we die because we can't take hits anymore. Even Aaron, with his 1,000 hit points, is just not good enough anymore. The stuff that we're going to be running into going forward is just going to be too beefy. So we're kind of at that spot, and I guess, Waka, okay, we've already got him. We know he has to be part of this team because he's got his Petrify. We've already got him going, so there's that. Now, normally Titus would be the character I'd like to use. But honestly, I think our best bet is well, I'll wait and see. I'm not gonna jump off this headlong just yet. But thinking out the future here, I think Riku, definitely Riku, because she's our only thief, right? So that's where we're going to acquire all of our goods. She's also really basically our only mage. So, I mean, she is the key to this whole deal. So if we have Waka and Riku, normally my normal party, as far as I guess what I would typically say is the best party in the game, is Titus, Riku, and Waka. But Titus doesn't know anything. So the only thing he's really got going for him is first strike, at which point we sub him out and bring somebody else in. So he's not doing us any favors outside of first strike, which I think we can put on anybody with a level 3 lock sphere. Which, by the way, we still don't have any of those yet, which is so strange. But anyhow, the third party member, because I can get another teleport sphere. So if we're gonna give one to Riku, we should do that. And then if we already gave one to Waka, so that's the 2 that we have. We got those in the desert, or maybe at home. I don't remember, one of the 2. Either way, home is in the desert, so in the desert, one way or another, that's where we got them. And also, I think it's probably worth our time to try and collect 4 of these chests. I don't remember how much of a challenge that is. Usually when I go over here, I just go down to get the cloudy mirror and then I move on. I haven't spent much time, doing the Chocobo minigame. Over the history of Final games, I like chocobos. What the hell? What do I gotta do to... Maybe I gotta go over to the other side and interact with something. But anyway, I think it's probably worth our time to try and collect 4 of those chests. I guess I don't know how hard that is. I just don't. I know that getting 5 is really, really tough. And I'm not even sure if you can get 6 of them or not. I think probably, technically, it's probably theoretically possible. I've never done it. But, the 4, I want to say maybe I did do that one time. Maybe. And I don't know how difficult it is. But we can give it a shot here, and if we can get 4 reasonably quickly here, it's definitely worth it. because that would give us the ability to focus in on rare steals, and for some of the monsters, you know, going forward, that's kind of a big deal because then we can get double the number or even a specific item that would be extremely difficult to come by otherwise. Like, I might be willing to go down into the Omega Ruins if I can guarantee Tetra Elemental steals from Master Tonberry, because I don't have to beat him. All I gotta do is survive. Now, the problem, I don't know, I probably won't go down there. Now that I think about it, if I was gonna go, nah, yeah, no. I don't know. We're not at that point yet. I'll have to think about that. There's some stuff that's probably worth doing down there, even if I just get whatever chests that I can get, and I end up getting like half a dozen of them. You know, there might be one good thing in there that I can get that might be worth my time. And I think I can escape from the battles down there. So if Titus can, you know, has first strike and he's able to escape, I don't know if there's anything I can do to increase the odds of him escaping. We'll give it a try. We'll see how we can do here. Oh, I missed my turn. I think we can do this. Oh, yeah. That's not hard at all. Oh, what? So you have to win the race and get the 4 chests? What? Yeah, I think we can do this. I think we can do this. I just have to not suck. Alright, so I have to get 4 chests and then beat the Chocobo. Alright, let me, Okay, that's one. Jumps down. That's two. Jumps down again. That's three. Yeah, okay, I did not do something right there. That's four. Oh, way at the top. Yeah, okay, that's not good. Well, let's see here. There's got to be some kind of order that I can... So I need to go... There's one. Jumps down, then I go straight ahead, right? Yes. Now we'll go grab this one. And he goes down, and then we'll go straight ahead again. That's three, and then he goes down, and we go straight ahead again. And there's a chest right here. Yeah, so that's not good. We gotta come up with a better path. Okay. There's one down there. There's two up here. So we get this one right here. And he jumps down. Now, can't I just go back? No. How the hell do I get that one? Yeah, how the hell do I get that one? Okay, so we get this one right here, then he jumps down to the left, and we get those two. Okay. That would make sense. Those we can get pretty easily. Okay. Then he jumps down again, and then we go right back up again and get the third one. Now this is the question, how do I get the fourth one and still win the race? So he jumps down there. I jump down here, and there's a chest there, and I can beat him. I think I can win that race. I think I can win that down there. Once I get down there, if I can get, but the question is, how do I... Seems like he just jumps when he wants to jump, or where he wants to jump after he catches the chest. Supposed to be 6 chests in here, if I remember right. Okay, how do we get that one? Or is that the one that... Okay, so we missed one. This is the one we normally get third, okay? So then he jumps down here, and then where do we go? Is there like a... Well, that's not it. So where is this, where do I get the, you know what I'm saying? Like I gotta find a path that allows me to get a chest. That's the chest right there, I think. I wish I had a better view of this place. That's kind of what I'm trying to figure out here. That one there. Okay, so these are the 3 on the top row that are pretty easy to get, it looks like. Jumps right back down the same spot. So we run up and get the 3rd one. Okay. He jumps down to the next level where we get the 4th one, which is like right here. But now we're at a spot where we're like already behind. How do I go down now? How do I, like, I don't want to jump over here. I want to jump down. Why are we forced to jump across like that? Like, how does that, that's bullshit, dude. I don't want to do that. Why doesn't he jump down from that one? Alright, let's just try and figure out a better path. Okay, so we get these 3, and then he jumps down here, right? No, he doesn't. He jumps down here. And then we're over here. Now, or are we just stuck then? It looks like it. And by then, we're already screwed. I just don't see... I don't really see what I'm supposed to be doing here. I don't see where the other chest... Well, there's that one chest that I couldn't find. But maybe that's the one. Maybe it's... Nah, it can't be the same one. Why does he keep running up against the side of the freaking thing, dude? Oh, that's right, because he's drunk and retarded. Half retarded. Okay, so this is the 2nd tier. And we're still in the 2nd tier, and he's almost done now. Like, we got no chance, dude. Because we have to get this one, and it doesn't let us jump down. Like, we're forced to do the slow jump. Like, what are we supposed to do there to avoid the slow jump? Then we gotta go down there? Like, I don't see... There's gotta be... Because there's, like, supposed to be 5 or 6 chests in this place. So if 5 or 6 are possible, then 4. I would like to believe that I can just simply get without too much trouble. Okay, that's 1. Go up the ladder. Back and get this one. 2. Go up the ladder. Get the 3rd one. He jumps down. 2 levels he jumps down. Now this one's good, but I want to jump down. I don't want to jump across. Why doesn't he jump down? Oh yeah, it's because he's drunk and half a retard, that's why. So that chest there, which one is that? Maybe we don't want to go. Maybe we got to go backwards or something. Maybe we don't want to get that 3rd chest there. Maybe, or the 4th chest. Maybe we can go backwards and get the 4th chest instead of going forward and get the 4th chest. Maybe. I don't know. I can't see where everything's at here. It's kind of stupid. Okay, there's 1. there's 2. Maybe go backwards now? How do you get to that chest? That's what I want to know. How do I get to that one? Okay, there's the one. How do you get there? And everything looks the same. There's like no markers to differentiate like where you're at, you know? So when you get this one, where do you go? All the way down there. That's what we're looking for, baby. All right, how do I get that chest now? Which one is it? That's the chest we want to get for the 4th chest. Abso-freaking-lutely, that is. All right. Okay, get this one here. And get this one here. And get this one here. And then just run backwards, I guess. I don't know how to get to that other chest though. I don't know where to get to it from where I'm at. Is it right here? Okay. Hey, we're getting closer. We're getting closer. All right. I know I've only gotten 3, but we're just double checking here. So this is the path backwards. And then that takes us all the way down right there, and then we're gold. So that's where we want to be. Okay. So now I guess, I think in order to do this, all I really got to do is just keep the bird off the side of the path. Because I know the 4 that I need, right? So I just need to be fast. I don't know what those pylons are for. That's 4, right? Haha! That kicked his ass, dude. He wasn't even close to me. How is that possible? He's not even there yet. Or does time freeze when you get it? Where's my award? Or do I like have to not hit any of the posts or something? What the hell, man? Where's my reward? Now I feel like I got ripped off. Maybe the posts prevent you from getting your reward? I don't know. Oh, every time I hit a pole, it robs me of a reward. What a bunch of shit, man. Oh, dude. Just you know, sadistic bastards that make these mini games. Alright, that's one. That's two. That's three. Oh, I hit two posts. What a rip-off. Okay, now I know where they're at, though. Now I'm like kicking ass, now that I know what I gotta do. At least I hope so. I hope that my reward is given to me when I don't hit any posts. I feel like I should have already got this shit a while back. They have to add that stupid little don't hit the posts thing into it, you know? I mean, it's like, not bad enough that you gotta figure out their little maze. I don't think I can get it now. Oh, maybe. I didn't hit any posts, but I got 4 chests. There we go, that's what we're looking for. Boom. Full disclosure, I did double check the internet to find out how many chests I needed from this minigame to get the Master Thief. Just saying. Want to be honest about things here. So I knew I had to get 4 chests. That's what I knew. And I thought that there was 5 or 6 chests that you could get, you know, earn rewards for. But anyway, I believe that that is totally worth my time to go get those so that I can give Riku Master Thief. Also, if you hadn't already, there would have been a primer down here if you're looking for primers. Also, let me go take a look at what we got for here. I don't remember what the deal is with the Aeons. Where do you see what their overdrive status is? Oh, there it is. Okay, so Bahamut, Shiva, and Ixen are lit, and then these two aren't. So I guess we made a save, right? I guess we can go up to the temple and see what we can do here. I don't remember what the deal is with this. I just know that. So I was thinking maybe you get a reward here. Which is part of Yuna's celestial weapon. I think that's kind of how it works. Or maybe you have, I don't remember the order and stuff.
Once a great religious center in the Calmlands.
But I think you have to fight all the Aeons in succession here.
And this is your home? What? You got something against company?
It's a long story. Easier perhaps to show you.
You're dead too.
Don't send me just yet. There is still one thing left for me to do here. With the help I can give, a young summoner might just be able to defeat Sin. Well, Yuna, I challenge you. If you cannot beat me, you'll never beat Sin.
Alright, let's see.
Very well. Before we begin, now, are you ready?
You do have to beat this to get the sisters. I don't remember the exact progression for the sisters.
Choose your Aeon well, Summoner.
Alright, uh-oh. That's not good. Oh, what? Okay. Okay. So you can just randomly do energy ray as a move? Is that how that works now? That's kind of bullshit. But we survived it. And now we'll die. I shouldn't have been greedy. Okay, we're still alive. I don't understand. Like, I don't understand this at all. Why my Aeons are so much stronger than normal, because I haven't really done hardly anything with them. And Yuna's trash. I thought all that their stuff was based off of was like her, as she got stronger, you know, from the sphere grid, then, you know, her strength and stuff was the was the what's the word I'm looking for here?
You have made some progress.
Governor or
That,
the
I'm glad. Take this.
lightning gem is pretty
I will
good.
be the judge of your Aeon. Very well. Now, are you ready? Choose your Aeon well, Summoner. Stop. That is enough. You have made... Take this. It may come in handy.
Okay, yeah, that'll come in handy for sure. I don't remember what you can build with that, but definitely something.
I will be the judge. Very well. Now.
I thought you had to fight them all one after another without a break. I didn't realize it was heal in between each round. It does make things a little bit easier.
Choose your Aeon well, Summoner.
I'm tempted to just use Shiva again because well because she's just so awesome. But she is a little bit squishy. This guy is, he's a little bit more problematic than the first two. We should be alright, I guess. Whew. Shiva just kicks so much ass. She's fast. She's so fast. She has super high evade and
made some progress. And for that,
well, she's a little bit squishy, but that kind of works to her favor a little bit because her overdrive bar fills up so fast. Hey, chocobo feathers.
You've got quite a name to live on.
Now we gotta fight her, but I think probably our best
Are you
option
ready?
is, well, I was gonna use Bahamut actually to fight her, but
Choose your Aeon well, summoner.
I think I'm just gonna use Ixen, honestly. Because he's got really good defense. And he can heal himself. Oh, level 3 she's got? Okay, I gotta keep that in mind. And she's about ready to do her move, so I think I will do this. And I guess risk the biscuit or just wait. I guess risk the biscuit, right? Nope, that didn't do it. Dang, that's not good. Oh yeah, it did. Okay. There we go. I didn't get an overkill though? Like, what the hell?
Stop. That is enough. Ah, you have... Take this. It may come in handy.
What do you get for Shiva? 60 mega potions? Well, I do have a lot of those already, so that's probably not like... That's nice to have though. Alright, so Bahamut's the only one
I will
left.
be the judge of your Aeon strength. Very well. Before we begin... Now, are you ready? Choose your Aeon well, Summoner.
Well, yeah, why would I not use Shiva? She's a little squishy, but... she's fast. Actually,
That is it.
probably have to get Animo to get the sisters, don't I? Now that I think about it.
Ah,
Maybe
you have
not.
made
I
some
guess I don't
progress,
remember.
And for that, I am glad. Take this. It may come in handy.
Okay, so Flower Scepter is one of the items. And the other one is...
I will be the judge of your...
The other is... What the hell is the other one? So the Flower Scepter does not show up. As a key item? Or... a weapon. Weird. Well, that's the one I remember the name of. I don't remember the name of the other one. Nor do I recall where exactly do I get it. I feel like it's her weapon. Yuna's weapon. The one that her celestial weapon is made out of. Is what I feel like I need to get. And hers is, if memory serves, the easiest one to get. I do have the Cloudy Mirror, but I don't really think I need that unless I want to turn her weapon into a celestial weapon. But which weapon is hers? Which weapon is hers? Well, I don't have it. I didn't pick it up because I would know if I picked it up. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I think you get that from the... I feel like you get that from the chest that's at the guy at the monster arena. Like maybe you just capture one of every fiend on the Calmlands. And then your reward is her celestial weapon. Well, I mean, it's not a celestial weapon yet. You got to turn it into the celestial weapon. But the weapon that turns into the celestial weapon, I believe, is the other half of the required pieces to open that gate. That's what I feel like is the answer to my riddle. I think that's right. I think that's right. Well, he has a chest for you, but I think you get your chest when you first complete his first task, which is to capture one of every fiend on the Calmlands, right? I wasn't gonna do anything with the capturing monster arena stuff either. So like, now I feel like Like, if I can't get the sisters... Oh, now I'm half torn about what I should do here. Well, let's, also, what do I do about Rika's weapon now, you know? Well, actually, it doesn't really matter that much. That Master Thief thing, I mean... It doesn't have to be a weapon that has a whole bunch of bells and whistles on it, because... It's really only used for thieving, specific thieving. So, all right, let's go ahead and I guess this would be okay. SOS Reflect. That's not bad. She's not gonna... Yeah, that's not gonna work. Well, actually... So if I entered battle with her with low hit points, she would have Reflect. And with Dodge on, then that's actually probably the best weapon to... Best armor to put it on, honestly. Because then she would be basically immune to magic while she was thieving, so long as she entered the battle with low health. And she would have evade and counter on her weapon, which I'm going to put on. I haven't done yet. I think that's probably... Should I put Master Thief on SOS Reflect? I kind of think I should. Because if I'm going to make a late game armor for her, I'm probably going to steal those Star Curtains. And then I'm going to put it on a, you know, a weapon or an armor that has more slots. Like, I'm going to want to put Stoneproof on there. I think... Oh, boy. So is this the right one to use? I think so, because then I'm going to be just using her as the thief, walking around, thieving things. So it's, you know, evade and counter, so she doesn't get hit by physical attack most of the time. If she comes into the battle with low health, she'll keep the low health, and she'll have Reflect on. So she dodges, and then, yeah, I think this is the perfect thing to put the thieving on. I really do. I think this will work out really good. I think so. I think this is the right move. And I made a save anyway, so. Buccaneer. And now for her weapon. What weapon do I put it on? Probably this one, because then she has 2 extra slots. I'd rather it be a 4-slot weapon, but we're not going to get a 4-slot weapon for a long time. And so, you know, I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to... This is something I need now. Well, do I need it now? Let me think. Do I need it now? Yeah, I do, because I'm going to be stealing. And if I don't do it now, that means I have to make it through the next... all that shit. I have to get through Xanarkand. And then come back and do my thieving. But I want to do my thieving so that going through Xanarkand isn't as bad. Yeah, we'll do it that way. It's probably less than ideal, but... I mean, alchemy doesn't matter that much. What am I really going to put on a weapon? You know what I'm saying? What am I really going to put on a weapon that's going to make a difference for her? It's the armor that is going to make the difference. That we can't do any damage. It's not like she's all of a sudden going to like start doing, you know, copious amounts of damage for me. She just needs to stay alive and have any kind of benefit, like maybe hit points, but that's going to be on defense. Maybe magic, you know, magic 10%, 20% magic if that strengthens her item usage through the use command, then definitely boosting the magic would be preferable. And then, you know, getting a magic 10% weapon. You know, actually, you know what? I think I'll do that because I think I might be able to buy a weapon with magic 10% with 2 extra slots. At the base of Mount Gagazet. I think that's probably best. So she's immune to... She has Master Thief and immune to magic, because she has Reflect. She has Reflect, which probably can't be dispelled. And then Master Thief. So then all I really technically have to do, because I can go back to the Stolen Faith after I go to the bottom of Mount Gagazet. So I can go to the bottom of Mount Gagazet, talk to the guy that sells stuff there, buy, I think, magic 10% armor. But it's probably only got 1 slot on it, though, you know? That's the thing. Oh, well, I guess I can do this and just not make a save, right? I can do that. I can do this, not make a save, ride a chocobo, fight the boss here, or make a new save, and save over it. I'm just trying to think here, is it... Well, before we build the weapon, I'm pretty confident this armor piece is going to stick. I'm okay with that. I think that's a really good idea because she opens the battle with low hit points and she has Reflect on her immediately and it doesn't leave because she doesn't have Regan. So she just has Reflect. I'm pretty sure I sold a piece of SOS Haste armor that I could have had on Waka, and I'm just kind of sick to my stomach about that now because, dude, I mean, that would have been huge because I'm a moron. Maybe I'm just misremembering and I didn't have that, but I'm pretty sure I did get SOS Haste from like the imps there at the end of the Jose High Road. Over by where the brothers hang out. Kamari's brothers. Where that stupid Ochu that is on that road all the time. Like at the end of that pathway. I'm pretty sure I got a SOS Haste from the formation over there. Which I guess technically if I really wanted to I could probably farm that shit out. Okay. So I'm pretty sure I'm good with the Buccaneer being what we're going to be doing. And so let's go ahead and make a new save. This was before I did anything in the Calmlands. I'd rather not lose that, honestly. There's no difference between these two, so I guess I can just copy over that one. It's just like a nice marker in my mind that, you know, this is before I did anything with, you know. Yeah, that's fine. That one can stay there. All I did is walk up here and save. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I didn't do anything. Yeah, that's good. We can do that. So now that we have that, Let's go ahead and let me think here. So I guess we could just go to the end of the Calmlands. And well, does she have her overdrive built up? No, she doesn't. Let's go get her over. I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be right back. All right, so let's go get in battle, get out, so that she has like 1 hit point, and then yeah. But then every time that she saves, I guess we could just use a magic attack on her with from our own party. That would knock her down. And then use a Phoenix down on her. There we go. Now we'll go ahead and I guess put that ability on this armor or on the weapon, right? And try. Well, do we even need to bother? No. We wanted to get her overdrive up. I don't know. I guess we can build it and then, you know, just we can save over the save. We'll make a new save and we'll save over the save if we don't like it. That's perfectly fine by me. So we'll go ahead and make her weapon. Well, because what am I gonna? Yeah, I need to get her overdrive. Okay. So we'll just give her that, and then we will give her that, and then we will. That's good. Overdrives, Riku is on character's turn. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. Well, yeah, that's fine. Now let's see, is Riku, how invincible is she? This should work. Because the plan was for me to put a star curtain, just go steal a bunch of star curtains from that flan up there. And the problem is, how the hell, the thing is, I don't have to kill the flan. If I have Reflect and Master Thief, then I should be able to steal like 6 of those star curtains from it. I think it's 2 for rare. So I should just be able to steal a bunch of them, and then, you know, even if I die or run away or whatever. This will be interesting to see what happens here. I am really curious. These guys don't use magic, so she should just be... If only you could put Mug on a weapon, right? Alright, what are we gonna do here? I guess run away with him. And... Okay. That's funny. Okay. Okay. And we're gonna steal. That's too bad. I should have switched his weapon over so that he wouldn't kill everything. 'Cause I want to steal from that guy. Okay. The only problem is when every time that I save, she gets hit points back. At which point, then she loses her reflect ability. But, you know, we can just bring in Lulu and hit her with some magic, as long as it doesn't kill her. I don't know, we'll have to figure out a solution to that. But if that's the worst of our problems, then we've got ourselves a situation where moving forward, well, so far my plan is looking to be working pretty good. Actually, that is the best idea, to have Titus as a member, and then his first move is just simply to escape the battle. But we still don't have any kind of immunities from, like, Marlboro. I think I got these chests over here already, but I'll double check. I'm just basically testing this shit out. Man, this will be a lot better. I mean, honestly, if I can steal 6 high pillow potions every time I encounter one of those guys, that would be massive, dude. Dude, this is working so good. So far. Yeah, until the one time she doesn't dodge. Actually, no, we'd still be okay. Because we ran away. Titus ran away. So we'll still be able to keep whatever we stole. That's huge. If I can steal 6 of these, so that's 3 successful steals, and now we've got 6 high pillow potions. Normally it takes a long time to get those 6 high pillow potions. Like, that's a hard grind, man. And these guys, we might be getting the same deal. 6 fire gems? Yeah, dude. There we go. That's absolutely beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful. Now, I'm tempted to see, do I have any SO... I'm sure I don't, but what kind of gear? I wouldn't have sold... After I realized I was a moron, I stopped selling any SOS stuff that I have. But if I would have SOS Reflect for him... SOS Null Tide, Null Frost. Well, he needs that Confuse ward anyway. I'm gonna go over to here and make a save. Yeah, so I don't know what the common is for these guys. Well, at this point, this looks like 128 is what it looks like. 128 is a Final Fantasy VI thing. It's actually Final Fantasy III on the Super Nintendo is what it's called, and it's the only version of the game that it works on. But on the Super Nintendo version of Final Fantasy VI, which in the United States was packaged and sold as Final Fantasy III, it is confusing, but that that game has a programming error, whatever you want to call it, where the way that so there's like defense and there's magic defense, okay? Well, in that game, for whatever reason, everything is calculated through the magic defense. So whether it's physical attack or magic attack, those are actually, that haste wouldn't have been that great until now. Now that we have evade and counter, that low, I could put, yeah, I don't know, we'll see. It's gonna gnaw at me because I'm pretty sure I had SOS haste for Waka that I sold. I had a bunch of SOS stuff that I had acquired early in the game. Now, one would think if I could have acquired it early in the game, it wouldn't be that great, but honestly, typically, SOS stuff isn't very good. It just isn't very good. It's garbage because, you know, you're never really down that low in a normal game. About the only thing we need to be really worried about here, as far as I can see at this point, at least in the Calmlands, it's gonna be Marlboro, because he can inflict all those nasty status effects on us. Well, I guess that ends my dream powder theft. And my fang, poison fang theft. Dude, this is the way to do it. And honestly, I think I will, I think I'll put Waka down here. Actually, you know what I should do? Just bring in somebody who will die and can lay there dead. Let's bring in Lulu so that she can build her thing back. And then she can die. So once Titus escapes, that's, you know, we're good, right? At least where we're at now, you know. I don't know how long, you know, how long this is going to be this awesome. I mean, it is nice to have. I think I already got these, but I just want to double check. That'll work. If only she could know Mug. That would make things so much quicker, because every time they attacked, they would just be, you know, giving me an extra steal attempt every time. And if we can get Titus to run away the first time, even if this goes sideways once and she doesn't dodge, then we still got to keep what we stole. So this is looking to be just... Man, Riku has gotten the drops on this playthrough. I tell you what, she has just gotten kick-ass drop after kick-ass drop after kick-ass drop. As far as, like, weapon and armor drops from monsters, I mean, she has just been lighting it up. The only downside to this is I never get the common steal anymore. I don't know what, you know, I'm not sure what I'm missing out on. Because sometimes monsters have really good common steal, you know? But a lot of times they just, you get more of them too. The common steal is the same as the rare, it's just the rare is more quantity. And that's probably going to be more common the later you go in the game, but at least with some monsters. Oh, that's just fantastic, dude. Okay, I thought I had acquired those chests, but I just wanted to double check. And, you know, when we go to the save point, she's going to lose her reflect, so that's just going to be an annoying little thing, but whatever. It's only temporary. We're going to make her reflect that's permanent here. I'm going to have to change Lulu's overdrive to something a little bit better. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 12 poison fangs from this one formation, dude. That's just so fantastic. Usually it takes a long time to get poison fangs. That's a hard grind, poison fangs. And at this point, we probably don't need that much poison fangs, but, you know, we can use them with her use command. My main concern, so I wasn't really sure when I got to the Calmlands what I was going to do, you know? I really wasn't sure. And when I first put that evade encounter on Wakka's weapon, I was still not very sure. I wasn't sure about the success rate of the evade, you know? How good is it going to be? And so far, it's been 1,000%. Now, eventually, it's, you know, it's not going to be 1,000% forever. But once that happened, I was like, okay, well, you know, how do I take this boon that we have come across and make it better? And the way we do that was simply to add reflect to the party. And the best way I knew to do that was to go farm the black flan, or the dark flan, I guess they're called. Because they dropped the star curtains, right? So that was going to be the next thing. But then I realized when I was going through Riku's gear that she had this SOS Reflect, which, you know, SOS in this playthrough is a de facto non-SOS item. It really is. And going forward, you know, I can treat SOS gear this way in subsequent playthroughs. I was kind of saving this playthrough for last because I knew it was gonna, you know, it was gonna kind of wreck the game for me. Because once I'm able to figure out how to get through this whole game without using the sphere grid, then playing it using the sphere grid after that is just kind of gonna be yeah, what are we doing here, you know? What's the point of leveling the guys up? What's the point of spending all this time on the sphere grid advancing along? Because obviously it's not necessary. You know what I'm saying? But now that I've done this one time, now granted, I cannot overstate how huge RN getting that sleep strike weapon was from the Sin Spawn. And going forward, that's gonna be, well, the next thing to do is, you know, restrict myself farther. You know, play another No Sphere Grid challenge, only restrict myself, you know. I'm, you know, maybe I'll do a little research after this. Do some digging. See what some other people have done, and then see if I want to try and, you know, do that on my own, or, you know, look up some detailed stuff. I get a kick out of, you know, figuring stuff out on my own. So I don't really like to use a guide until, you know, after. Well, I guess it just depends on what I'm doing, right? You know, like when I wrote a guide for Final Fantasy VI. On the Super Nintendo. It's called Final Fantasy III. But I had played through a low-level game that somebody had built. I used their guide because I was like, yeah, right. No way, you can't do this. Or no, it was a speed guide. I'm sorry, it wasn't the low-level guide. It was a speed guide. And I was like, you're crazy, you know, whatever. So I had bought this game used from a local video game store, like, I don't know, however many, 20 years ago or something. And, the guy that had owned the game before me had like, had like all the characters and had beaten the game in like 10 hours. And at that time, for me, that was like, what? That's not possible. And so after seeing that, I asked my friend, I was like, well, where do you find information like this out, It's like, well, you can try GameFAQs. So I went on GameFAQs, and there's all these different guides and challenges and stuff for that game on there. So I was like, well, there's this speedrun thing. I'll give that a shot, right? Now, granted, this is 20 years ago, right? So, well, maybe not quite 20, but pushing 20 years ago, 15, 20, something like that. So you got to realize that, there just wasn't the stuff out there that there is these days. And there definitely wasn't like, streaming or any crazy thing like that. The only kind of like actual verifiable film there was on people's games was stuff they had recorded with a VCR. Or, maybe, this wouldn't be as good, but if you just used a camcorder and recorded the TV itself. But, that was pretty much the only way to document your stuff. And otherwise, it was all just, the honor system, which, is fine, but a lot of people are liars. So, that creates a little bit of an issue there. But anyway, this guy had this speed run, so I went through and I played that. And then that inspired me to create my own. So I liked the speed aspect of it, but I was, going by the in-game timer for my speed, not so much the total time spent, but the time on the game counter, you know what I mean? So anyway, I gotta change her overdrive so she gains from that. So anyway, I had already kind of been doing this to begin with, which was that I was just sick and tired of the grind and the learning of spells and the duplicity of, characters' abilities. And so I just started shaving off, okay, so this isn't necessary to beat the game. That's not necessary. And so on and so forth. So I kept on getting lower levels for my character because it was more entertaining to me to, shave more and more parts of the game off until basically what I was doing is I was just trimming the fat. And I got down to the bare bones of just what was required by the game to beat the game as far as everything at the end of it all. But over the course of time, I was just shaving off experience is what it boiled down to. I just kept on whittling away more and more experience till I got to the point where, I didn't think I could get rid of any more experience. And then I would find, okay, well, here's a way I can get rid of some more, and here's a way I can get rid of some more, and here's a way I can get rid of some more, until I got down to level 8. That was the spot where I was like, okay, well, I'm not sure that I can get it any lower than this, but then I found a way to get it down to level 7. Once I got it down to level 7, I was like, I think maybe we can go lower, but I wasn't, extremely confident that was even possible. But I was able to find a way. The main thing was the Mega Rotors. I don't know if you're familiar with that game, but there's a section of the game called the Magitech Factory. And when you're leaving the Magitech Factory, you have to fight, I think it's 6 battles, maybe it's 5 or 6 battles in succession, without any kind of break in between, It's just, you're on rails, literally on rails, on a mine cart as you're exiting the factory there, and you just encounter these battles that are just baked into your path on the way out of the factory there. And so by changing up who the party members were and literally even what order that they were in the party, I was able to manipulate the formation, the battle formation of the monsters, and also based on having certain people alive and certain people dead at the end of each one of those rounds that you're mandated to fight, I was able to manipulate that even farther to the point where basically how it works is you go in there with one character who's at level 5 and 2 characters I think that are level 7, but one of them might be in level 8, I don't remember. But either way, the way that game works is every time that you gain a level, it takes more experience to go to the next level than it took to go to the previous level. So if it takes 1 point of experience to go from level 1 to level 2, then it takes 2 points to go from level 2 to level 3. Now it doesn't scale like that. It doesn't double every time, but you get the idea. So the level 5 guy could eat more experience than anybody. Well, that's not true. He could level up 1 time, okay? He could only level up 1 time because he was going from level 5 to level 6, and I couldn't get him past level 6. But I could bring him all the way up to the edge of level 6, you know? So if he gains like 20 more experience, he goes up to level 7 because the game rounds down, right? So if I got him to like level 6.95, then the next time again calculated levels, he would go back down to 6.0. And so that was a way that I could, you know, get some of that experience to disappear. But also the other guys that were in the party, if they're both in level 7, then it's going to take more experience for them to get up to like level 8, for example. So those guys could go level 8.95, and then when the level recalibrated for everything, then their base level would go down to 8.0. Now, one character being in level 8 and another character being in level 6 doesn't necessarily screw the numbers over because the way the game calculates, so the party members leave and then rejoin the party as the game wears on, and when party members rejoin, they enter the party at the average level of all party members divided, so you basically add up all the levels of all the party members and then divide that number by the number of party members, and that gives you the average party level, and that's the level that the player will join the party at, okay? So basically we wanted to keep that number as low, the average party level, as low as possible, and I was able to figure that out. And so level 6 is the lowest. You can't go any lower than that. It's mathematically impossible, to the best of my knowledge anyway. It's mathematically impossible to go lower than 6. But you can do level 6. And the people that made the game made such a good game that they literally made it possible for a player to do that, which is super impressive. I mean, just absolutely awesome. I'm kind of curious to see what Dancer is. I don't think I've ever... Well, maybe. I don't know. Probably have to dodge like so many attacks or something. I don't know if I got 3 or not. I feel like I need 1 more steal from that dog. If I don't get it here, I'm just gonna leave. There we go. There we go. Boom. All right, what's this Dancer business? Charges when character evades attack. That sounds good. I mean, and Lulu. Well, that's not any good. That's not any good. I guess that's the best we can do for her. Okay, so I don't plan on doing anything here. I just want to use his save point. And I might go capture one of every in the Calmlands because I have a suspicion that that's how you get her weapon. And I have a suspicion that her weapon combined with that flower thing that seemingly is not in my inventory. I don't see it. Should be. Oh, there it is. Flower scepter. Okay. Seem to have a connection with a hidden Aeon. I feel like the flower scepter combined with her weapon allows us to get through that door, but I don't remember for sure. But anyway, I will recommend for anyone who ever comes back here. Whoops. Always, and I mean always, make a save before you talk to this guy. I feel like I shouldn't even talk to him, but we'll come back. We don't have, I wasn't gonna do anything with his shit anyway. Give me just a second here. Okay, so, I guess, so now I have to decide, do I want to continue farming shit here? Or do I want to go kill this cocksmoker up here and then do some more farming? That's basically the question. And, so we got only 3 dragon scales. We're gonna need to get more of those. We're really low on. Oh, lightning gem. Okay, yeah, we'll need some more of those. Water gem. We'll need some more of those. We got 27 dream powder, so that's nice. Silver hourglass. 38 poison fangs. I think that's actually the number that you need. 38. We can put stone proof on something. We've got 35 chocobo feathers somehow. Mana spring. Stamina spring. Yeah, we've got a lot of shit to do here yet. Hypello potions, we've only got 17 of those. We need... I don't remember how many it is. More than we have. I think I'm gonna go kill this cocksmoker up here and then go back. Or go up to Mount Gagazet? Well, wait a minute. We already made her armor, didn't we? Or we already made her weapon, didn't we? We did. So I guess it's all over and done with now. Because we're not going to go back. We've gained enough where it's not really worth going back, I don't think. There we go. Yeah. Just punch the bitch in the gut a couple of times. That'll get her overdrive full. That's all we really need. So... there, yeah, that's that. Okay, so I was thinking if I added 10% to magic, or, you know, 10% and maybe even 5%, so we had 15%, but, you know, combine that with level 3 gems, that might get us where, you know, where we can do some decent damage with her. But we're not going to go back. We've acquired a number of items here. I don't have any desire to refarm that shit. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. We had to do that. Yep. Well, that's what we had to do. To get the reflect up on her. Hey, yeah, and then we can get Lulu. There we go. That's perfect. That's outstanding. So then the other thing is, who do I put the third evade encounter on? No, that was really the problem. I have to go earn that. There's really only one good way for me to do that, to get one. I mean, there are other ways that I can try, and, you know, maybe if I really had to, I could farm a Master Tonberry, because I can steal that shit from him, and then, you know, actually, that's not a bad idea. I only have to encounter one. Once I encounter one of them, I can steal the item from him. Now, granted, he'll kill me. Oh wait, it's a drop, isn't it? It's not a steal. Because a rare steal from him is Tetra Elemental. Yeah, so I have to kill him. Yeah, that makes it even more crappy, because then it's RNG dependent whether or not I get it or not. Well, wait a minute. Do they have rare drops? I guess I don't remember. I thought spheres would be like things that you get overkill, so you get double from. I don't know. I'm kind of surprised that we haven't run into any of the... I think they're called anacondas. Those big black snakes that have sonic tail and who you can steal petrify grenades from. We haven't run into very many of those guys that you can steal the high pillow potions from either. So instead of getting, you know, if we're lucky, if we're extremely lucky, getting one poison thing from this, because it's the rare, which, you know, we're hardly ever going to get. Or wait, no. That's right. Now that we're here, one poison fang is the common. In the Calmlands, from the higher level bees. That's what it is. And then 2 would be the rare. So it wouldn't be quite so tedious as it used to be. Once you reach this spot in the game, the more higher advanced stuff, it is easier to get your steals because the better stuff becomes a common. And then oftentimes you just get twice the amount for a rare. But that's not the case with everything. Like, for example, I mentioned Master Tonberry. Those guys have a Tetra Elemental, which is one of the rare only... I mean, to my memory, there's only 2 places to get a Tetra Elemental in the whole game. Now, granted, that doesn't count the Monster Arena, because I don't know that much about the Monster Arena. I haven't even... In all my times I've played this game, I've never actually completed it 100%. I do have a late game save that I have most of the arena completed, but I think there's still 2 or 3 monsters, possibly more, but I think there's 2 or 3, maybe 5 at the most. I don't know. I don't think I have 5 left. I think it's only 2 or 3 left that I have, but it might be as many as 5. Those guys, the really high-end ones are pretty tough, but there's a lot of like super rare stuff. Like, for example, I could go farm teleport spheres from the monster arena if I wanted to, but you know, then I would have to go capture the prerequisite monsters to get the award of the monster to fight, who I could then in turn, I don't know if I steal it or if it's like a drop. I don't remember for that particular one, but alright, Lulu, you got your overdrive. That's what we needed, so we're gonna go ahead and go up here and make a save. Hey, high pillow potions kick ass. And now I'm thinking about it, you know, do I even really need the high pillow potions? Because the battle that it's most important for, I mean, I don't even think that's even going to be a thing. I think we're just going to probably one-shot the son of a bitch. Well, I mean, kind of. Is that 2 or 3? I think it's 2. I mean, if everything goes right, anyway. It's ironic, so I've always favored Lulu, and all since the very beginning I favored her because she's just so awesome. But, and during the storyline, not the post-game stuff, but during the storyline, she's like really only matched by Waka, and it takes a long time for Waka to get going. Really, he's slow to start, but once you finally get him up there, he's really kick-ass. And Lulu becomes, I mean, she's great right out of the box, and if you build her right, the area where she would start to, you know, taper off a little bit, it basically becomes non-existent. She just never tapers off. She just continues to get more and more dominant. And then, you know, you play the post-game content and Lulu becomes kind of a non-factor. And then my last playthrough, I did Waka as the main, and she was a total non-factor in that game. I mean, basically, like, she was honestly possibly even less useful to me in that game than Kamari. Because at least Kamari stole, like, half a dozen or more. He got like 8. I don't even know. He got quite a few level 3 lock spheres. So Kamari was actually quite useful in that playthrough. But it did remind me, that playthrough did remind me of why I think so many people hold Lulu in such low regard. And the reason is simply because, one, they don't use her, so she gains very little in the way of points. And two, I don't think people build her right, you know? If you try and take her along the dark mage path, she's not that good. It's not a good path. There's not much reason to take anybody down that path, to be perfectly honest. It's a bad path. I mean, the very end of it is pretty good, you know, where there's all those +4s and +3s. Some strong magic spells at the very end of it. But you could say that about the end of every path. So it's not like, you know, anyway. But this challenge that I'm on started off with Lulu being a complete non-factor because she knows level 1 magic that is, it runs out of any usefulness. Oh, I don't know, right around, I don't remember, pretty early in the game. Probably before the Thunder Plains, but definitely by the Thunder Plains. But then, once you get Underdog Secret, then, you know, then she becomes super awesome again. And probably has the highest capacity for damage to anyone. Not counting celestial weapons and shit. Just based on 2 overdrives from 2 players. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and make a save here. And then I'm gonna kill this boss, and then I think I'm gonna end the stream, but I'll probably start a new one in a little bit. I just wanna take a break. But I am gonna kill this, well, so I'd like to keep that save alive. So this was my Lulu as the main save. This was my high bridge battle with Waka as the main. guess I could record over these. Oh yeah, that's right. This is the Seymour battle. These are the 3 Seymour battles from Waka as the main. And then this is the final save with Waka as the main. So I think I'll do that again. Keep the 3 Seymour battles. I think this is good enough. I don't think I'm going to have any real problems with redoing anything I've done between here and here. Famous last words, right? But I'm just going to go ahead and copy over that one. Alright, now let's go back and let Riku get punched in the mouth here real quick.
What should I do?
Hopefully Lulu gets to go. And hopefully this knocks her out. That'll do it. Alright, let's see if this works on the first shot. Part of it's going to be RNG, and if whether or not, well, it might not even, this might not even kill him. Yeah, it should. Let's see. I don't know how many hit points this guy has. Anybody who's got more than 80,000 hit points is potentially a pretty big problem.
We have nothing to discuss with Maester Seymour.
Boy, she looks angry right there.
Yeah, so out of our
He
way.
must have laid hands on her or something.
Lord Seymour's commands must be obeyed. You will come.
I warn you. The Maester doesn't need you alive.
Yeah, this guy. Not a fan. Not a fan. I hope they don't force me to have garbage in my front row for this. Doesn't look like they are gonna. Looks like I get a keep. Hopefully, yeah, that's not any good. Hit Titus. Hit Titus, you big bully. There you go. Alright, Riku. You need to be a team player here. You need to give this to Lulu, okay? Very important that you give this to Lulu. There we go. Alright, Lulu. Let's get as many as we can, and hopefully this wins it for us. There we go, baby. Bitch. I hate that guy. Not a fan. Not a fan. All right, let's go back and save because that was, you know, a bunch of luck, honestly. One, if he doesn't hit Titus, then we got to start all over, and that's not good. And then 2, if Riku doesn't give it to Lulu, then we're screwed, and we got to start all over again. So we got lucky there. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and make a save here, and I'm gonna end this stream. So thank you all for your time. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'm going to take a break, and then I'm going to come back and probably do some more. And then we'll go from there.